Tribe, pray everyone is in good spirits, feeling well. As you can see, I'm out here in the forest, trying to absorb some of this good energy out here, flowing out. Got some nice downloads that I wrote down. Rah. Praise, 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 praise. Ahoo. Rah. Praise, 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 praise. Ahoo. Rah. Praise, 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 praise. Ahoo. Who? Rah. Ahoo. So Lord Drummond always does it for me. Like to start things out with that. I thank God for these days, These days when you get to a place in life where you kind of like looking back at things that went wrong and you seeing things go right, it always feels good. It feels good to reflect. Because there was so many good days that I missed. I don't know about you, but I missed a lot of good days in my life. Just being out of it. Not even aware, More or less spiritually aware, but, sometimes just not even aware there either. But it feels good, these good days. So I want to make a prayer before I do this. Okay, y'all, so let's get to it. My glasses broke, so I'm just going to hold them and I'm going to read it and then I'm going to elaborate. So this is the first download. Sometimes we try so hard for the loyalty of the narcissist, but the minute that we really grasp hold to the reality that the narcissist will always choose the loose-natured person over the homemaker. See, the narcissist, they want it all. And they position themselves to receive it all. And they do, oftentimes, receive it all. The good, bad, and the ugly justice. So sometimes we try hard for the loyalty of the narcissist, right? Which we do. And the whole time we looking at something and we want it to be something that it's not going to be. But we'll still fight with it. Intuitively, you ever been with a person and you knew kind of like it wasn't going to necessarily work? But you overlooked why it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work because in their heart, you're not really the one that they want, right? So it's like, we'll try hard for that. Because we'll convince ourselves that the problem is that it's not lie. It doesn't lie in the fact that they don't want us. It's hard for us to accept that. So we make a million different reasons why we should try to heal the narcissist. But when we really grasp hold to the reality that the narcissist will always choose somebody who's looser in nature, because the narcissist wants it all. It's the personality of the narcissist, right? Teeters with the demonic a lot. So like if you a homemaker type of person and you in it with a narcissist, you could oftentimes find yourself, well, why do they cheat on me with low vibrational individuals, right? Why do they do that? And the reason why the narcissist cheats with the low vibrational individual is because they want it all. And see, all comes with the low vibe. When I say a narcissist wants it all, they do. They want the good, the bad, all the way down to they receive the ugly justice. Now that's the part that most narcissists don't want, because justice is very ugly when it's in reference to narcissism. Number 2, it's the perfect time for this version of you to be unveiled. Move forward. Talk to your spirits. Set boundaries. Focus on your agreements, particularly with those energies that the Parakis speak of. God above all, seek his guidance and direction. Make your prayers very intentional, as if speaking to the lady in the drive-thru. Always important to ask for strength as opposed to the things that require strength to obtain them. That was a good download. I'll break it down. It's the perfect time for this version of you to be unveiled. Move forward and talk to your spirits. So you becoming a spiritual person, the unveiling of one. A lot of things you could be learning about yourself. And Spirit saying it's a perfect time for you to move forward. But talk to your spirits, right? The good ones and the bad. It's called shadow work, right? I was saying another aspect of shadow too, and it was like being able to really see the pain of others that we cause them. That's a depth of shadow where it's real effective, right? It helps you move forward into the unveiling of yourself. Like I'm talking about shadow work where you can see what you did, how it hurt somebody. But even deeper, you put yourself in an energy where you can actually, through way of empathy, you can feel how you made the person feel. That's big shadow work. Move forward. Talk to your spirits. If you got bad spirits in your life, it's time to begin to tell them to go. Right? You got good spirits in your life, communicate with them. Set out, water, honor your ancestors. It's always good to honor your ancestors. I'm going to stick by that. I'm going to have to. Because I know. I know then what I did not know. I know now what I did not know then. So honor your ancestors and your spirits. Begin to speak to them. As you become a spiritual being, you ascending into levels of spirituality that is actually permitting you to conversate with spiritual energies. You may not perceive it that way, but you're not moving into spirituality and you're not moving in, things are not changing about you for nothing. They come with great merit. So just know who you are. Set boundaries and agreements, particularly those energies that the Parakis speak of. So anybody that know that, like if that's the way you roll and that's the lane you choose, set your boundaries when you make your agreements, particularly with the energies from the Parakis, right? And God above all, seek his guidance and direction. Make your prayers very intentional, as if talking to the lady in the drive-thru. You know how when you go through the drive-thru and you speaking to the lady Not when you irritated. I'm talking about like when you in good spirits and you telling the lady like, order man, you know, you saying like, I want this on there, not that. Can you take that? Can you give it to me just like that? That way, like, thank you. That's the same way you gotta be in your prayers with the Almighty, as if He was just you know, as if God was just a lady or a man at the drive-thru. Speak to Him just like that. That's relativity, right? If you can speak to God and understand and perceive it, right, you have to perceive a thing in order for it to really, really be powerful or valid. Because another person, they'll tell you all that kind of stuff. It don't matter. Like he's tripping, he talking crazy. But the intention of your prayer is very strong. So if you begin to communicate with the divine, like you would the lady in the drive-through window or the man in the drive-through window, right, with such detail, you would see better results. We all would. So it's good. It's a need for that there. And the last thing is, like I said, it's always important to ask for strength as opposed to the things it requires strength to obtain. So meaning like I'm not, and this is just advice, right? It costs you nothing to pay me no mind. But nevertheless, when we go to God and we ask for things, it's always good to ask for strength. Before you start asking for things and this, that, pray for strength. Because if God gives you strength and that's what you ask for, it's going to enable you to get so many things that you waste time asking for, right? We limit God's power from moving because we ask amiss. Meaning you don't really ask. Sometimes we ask for things that it doesn't make sense to ask for them because it's going to be hard for it to manifest according to who we are and the way that we could be living, right? So it's like when we go to the Most High and we begin to make prayers to the Most High, we can't ask amiss our life situation. Like we got to know what we ask and what we willing to do to get it. It's called co-create, right? Because sometimes we go to God and we ask for things and we want them to magically appear. But the things that we asking for, they require us to work with the divine in order to manifest it. So ask for strength. It's a good prayer. Strength is going to give you what you need to get the things that you need. Strength, a good prayer. Okay, let me move on. Okay, and this is a good one. And this is going to be my last one because this was a short, I just wanted to drop by. With your new ways and practices, perhaps nobody notices that your faith is old in the Almighty, right? Past life connection energy. And I was thinking, if they can't see you as a quote unquote child of God, then have them see you as a demon slayer, right? And that's kind of deep. It's small, but it's deep. Basically, with your new ways and practices, perhaps nobody knows that your faith is old. So you could be doing a lot of things new. You could be burning your candles. You could be, they could be accusing you of trying to mix like Christianity with spirituality, which is goofy because it's all one and the same, honestly. But you could be a person that's going through that. You have new practices. But what nobody really sees about your new practices is that you have a very old faith. I'm talking about like past life energy kind of faith. Like you got an old faith. And nobody can see it. But it's evident. See, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. The evidence of things unseen is you. When they see you, you unseen, you evidence, you faith, predicated upon faith. And it's like, for my divine seeds that keep being attacked, right? I could say something to all of y'all. You are faith. And the evidence is you. See, people attack you and they wonder, well, why is it not working? It done worked so many times on these other people. Well, why is it not working on this one person? Because faith is the evidence of things unseen. See, when a person really is of faith or derived of faith, or faith is entwined into that person, God's providence, very hard to move something like that. So yeah, you are the faith. You are the question mark. You are the one that pretty much showed up as the evidence of things that were unseen. Even about you. People could have questioned, well, maybe they got greatness in them, or maybe they don't. Or maybe they got what it takes, maybe they don't. Not all the while knowing, like, you definitely got what it takes. It says, so if they can't see you as a child of God, then have them see you as a demon slayer. And I think that's brilliant, because like some of the conventional older people, they may not see it like you're a child of God, because your ways may not be conventional. You could be accused of being many things. But again, I say your faith is what makes you definitely a child of the Most High, right? So you having a faith that's consistent, it's kind of like, you got this, is a newness about you. You know, it's like people can't always correlate a new way with an old way. It's kind of like Moses transitioning to Joshua's era. Like Moses couldn't really get with it. You know, he was like, nah, you know, I can't see the way God is moving with Joshua. It's too new for me. Joshua's perspective on things is too new. That was Moses, right? So Moses would have been trapped in an older perspective, and it held him up. It caused him delays and blockages, right? So when you get down here, you see, so if they won't see you as a child of God because of your new practices, then you have them see you as a demon slayer. Don't stop your testimony, because in your a lot of people don't realize what you have to say about the battle you fought. It's amounting to like a cosmic grimoire. You got the whole collective telling their stories about how they overcame, right? About different ways and many methods. This is all, once knowledge is put into the universe, it remains in the universe, it's there. So everybody collectively putting a story out, testimony out. It's like a collective grimoire of some sort. Like, it's a real beautiful energy. So yeah, have them see you as a demon slayer. If they won't see you as a child of God, right? Before you rest with the blessing, put a gate around it. What God gives you, the enemy sees an opportunity to take from you. So before you rest with your blessing, put a gate around it. Because when you get blessed by the Most High, the enemy is looking at that as an opportunity to take from you. You know? So don't rest without a simple way of putting a gate around something could honestly be, when you get it, pray. Thank God for it. Right? Don't take it for granted and disrespect it, right? We oftentimes do that. Sometimes we get nice things and we wonder why they decline or whatever. But when we look back at it, honestly, did we thank God when we got it? A lot of times, no. And that was the start of the decline right there. The fact that we failed to put a gate around it. So God is saying, when you get your blessing, put a gate around it before you rest with it. Well, that's all I got. I was out of here. I'm out of here. I love y'all. God bless. I don't mean,